Welcome to the question of the day. Today's question is from Jake in North Carolina. And Jake asks, my company distributes leads based on performance. So the top guy always gets all the good leads and I get all the marketing leads. These customers don't buy as often, and so I never get a chance to get the better leads. Plus, my manager is always busting my chops of how I can do better. Is this fair? Is this legal? All right. Thank you, Jake. Now, I'm assuming you're talking about tech generated leads versus marketed leads. That's what I'm assuming. Tech generated leads, leads that are driven by a technician that's already been in the home. The customer's already experienced our company, and then they're flipping them over to a salesperson so that we already have that relationship with them. Those tend to close higher than a marketing lead where you're the first person in and they may have called three other companies, right? So that's what I'm assuming you're talking about. One point I'll make is like, honestly, all leads are great leads, right? Like leads are fantastic. Everybody's a buyer. No one in their right mind is having you out to their home unless they're actively thinking of purchasing. Nobody takes that time off as a stranger out to their house unless they're actually going to move forward. It's just, are they going to move forward with you? So I do want to make that point. All leads are good leads, but I do understand your point of view here of like tech generated leads because we have that relationship. They tend to close at a higher rate than marketed leads. So I get that. Is it legal? Yes, it is legal. Is it fair? That's in the eyes of the beholder. But what I want to do is I want to back up for a moment. Before we address your specific situation, I want to back up and I want to look at a bigger picture here. I want to look at this from the business perspective, the business owner. And then I want to establish that foundation that will then allow us to start discussing your specific situation here. So I want to back up first and then we'll move forward. So as a business owner, imagine yourself as a business owner. You have this business, you're good at what you do it because you love it. You grow this business, and because of that, you have to hire people, you have to bring other people in. Now, as you hire people and grow this business, you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to all of the people that work for you and their families. So let's say you got a company of 50 people. This isn't just 50 people's lives that you're touching. These 50 people have families, they have spouses, they have kids, they have people in their lives. Let's say the average family is a size of four. This isn't just 50 people, it's 200 people and the lives that you're touching there. So, as a business owner, that is a lot of responsibility. And a business owner doesn't think about that a lot. They just go into business because like I'm good at this and I think I can make money at this, right? But then there is this piece that hits them up over the side of the head as they grow up like there's a responsibility to all these people. I've been on coaching conversations with owners with tears in their eyes telling me this has to work because if this doesn't work, I can't pay my people next week. Can you imagine having to tell 50 people that you don't have the money to pay them next week? So there's a responsibility here that we often forget about. And so, because of that responsibility, from a business perspective, a business owner, we want to sell as many jobs as we can and as profitable as we can. That's what's going to keep the lights on. That's what's going to keep us growing. That's what's going to keep us paying paychecks to these families and everything they depend on, the school they want to send their kids, the kind of life they want to give their kids, the vacation they've been planning, like whatever that is, right? Or even food on the table, right? Just putting food on the table, not going to bed hungry. So we want to sell as many as we can and as profitable as we can. And so with that in mind, as a business owner and that responsibility, I want to put the best person possible on those leads to close those leads. And so I would distribute them based on performance. Is it fair to you? You could argue no, but is it fair to everybody else in the company? Absolutely, yes. I bet if everybody in a company had a vote, a secret vote, they would vote to put the best person on the lead, whoever had the best chance of closing it. Think of this in like a baseball perspective, right? Like right now, the World Series is going on, and The other night, game three wrapped up, and Freddie Freeman, after an 18 inning game three, Freddie Freeman hit a home run to put the Dodgers up over the Blue Jays. And I don't remember exactly, but he did that last year too. I don't remember he won a game in the World Series or won the whole World Series. I don't remember, but he had some home run where I think actually twice maybe in the World Series last year. He had game-winning home runs. Freddie Freeman is the man, right? If I have a baseball team, if it wasn't against the rules, I would have Freddie Freeman bat every single time. That would give my team a huge advantage if I could have Freddie Freeman bat every single time. Maybe mix Shohei Ohtani in there as well. But that is against the rules in Major League Baseball. But you would do it if it wasn't against the rules because it would give you an advantage. You would get more runs. In our business, we can do that. We can put the best person on the call, best person in terms of performance on the call. And that would give our business an advantage to grow and thrive. Company example. I was out at a company last year in Seattle, Washington, and we dug into this. They had a team of about 6 salespeople, and they were distributing leads fairly to everybody. So everybody got the exact same amount of leads. We went back and we looked, what if we would have distributed based on performance, where the higher performers got much more leads, those tech-generated leads, and then distributed the rest, so on and so forth. Just in how we distributed in the leads, not changing anybody's closing percentage, not changing anybody's performance, not doing any trainings or new skills, just by how we distributed the leads, they gained $2 million over the course of the year, just in how they distributed the leads. That's a game changer for a business. So that's the business perspective. That's from the owner. But now let's shift into the employee. Let's say I'm that number 2 salesperson, or I'm the bottom of the totem pole, right? Like I'm the guy not getting very many leads, or I'm getting those marketing leads that don't close as high as those tech generated leads. Like I don't like it, but I get it. I think that's the only thing we can ask from a rational perspective is like, I don't expect you to like it, but I do expect you to get it, to respect it. So here's the bigger question. The bigger question is, what do I do in this situation? If I'm number 2 or bottom of the totem pole, what do I do? Well, I'll share with you what I would do. If this was me, I would sit down with my manager and I would work through this with them. And I would say something like, maybe you already have a one-on-one that would be perfect to discuss this in. If you don't, I would just say, hey, manager, I need to talk to you. What time works best for you, today or tomorrow? Something like that. Like, no is not an answer. We're meeting, right? It's important to me. And if your manager is any kind of decent manager, they're going to make time for you when you have to talk, right? So I'd sit down with my manager and we'd work through this. And I would say to them, I get it. I get it from a business perspective. I understand why we do it. I don't like it, but I get it. Okay. What can I do to get better and get those leads? What can I do to be number 1? That guy that gets all the leads. What can I do? How do I get there? And then you and your manager sit down and create a plan of what success and growth would look like. That way, when you execute that plan and you achieve success, you achieve growth to whatever you define that to be, and I would define it as something specific. But when you achieve that, then that earns you the chance at more leads, the chance at some of those tech-generated leads. So for example, right now you're running marketing leads. Have that conversation with your manager, and maybe you guys come up with a certain closing percentage. Like if you have a week where you close your marketing leads at X%, then I would give you 3 tech-generated leads the next week. Something like that. Something that shows, hey, when I achieve this, I've earned the right to now you're going to give me a chance. You're going to give me 3 tech-generated leads the next week. And when you get those 3 tech generated leads the next week, you better close those. That's your chance. That's your audition. You do whatever you have to close those leads. So that's the conversation we have. We lay out what success would look like, but the piece that's missing yet is the actions. Because our current performance, our current actions is achieving current results. And right now, that's not number one results. So I have to do something different. I have to do something in addition to what we're currently doing to get better results. And so that's the hard part. That's where me and my manager, we got to sit down. We got to figure out, what are those actions? What am I currently not doing that I could be doing that's going to get me better results? Because you need to do something different. Examples of that is going to be things like training, internal training. Is our company doing internal training? External trainings. Are there external trainings that I can go to, or webinars, or e-learnings, or books I could read? Anything I can do to educate myself and get better, right? A one-on-one, having a one-on-one with my manager, a weekly session where I'm getting feedback from them. And I would ask them to tell me what I can do better, right? I don't want them to tell me every week, hey, you're doing great, keep it up. I want them digging in and telling me, what could I do better? I want to have that tough conversation. Debriefs after calls, after every single call, discussing what went well. What would I have done differently? What could have been an opportunity? What can I do different on the next call? What can I do different to still get this call, right? But having those debriefs, having your manager ride along with you. Have that person ride along with you. Get a second set of eyes on what you're currently doing. They're going to see things that you don't see. We all have blind spots, and they're going to see opportunities for us that we can then add into our process. Things like, maybe I'm not setting a visual agenda. Maybe I come off like I have an ego. Maybe my presentation is poor and I seem nervous, or maybe I can't overcome this objection or that objection. Like, they're going to see things that I can't see, right? What kind of coaching opportunities? Is there a coach that I could meet with? Like somebody that could focus on me? Whatever these actions are, insert these actions into your goal. So your goal is, I'm going to close my marketed leads at this percentage. These are the actions I'm going to do it. Now the ball's in your court. You have complete control over this. You focus on those actions. You do those actions to the best of your ability and beyond that. And when you do that, your performance will go up. And when your performance goes up, you'll hit your goal. When you hit your goal, you'll get your 3 tech generated leads. And then you carry that into your 3 tech generated leads. And when you're selling those 3 tech generated leads, now you're climbing up the ladder. You've got your path out. This reminds me of, I saw Tom Brady talking about his experience in high school. When he was in high school, he was the backup quarterback and he was pissed about it. He wanted to get reps. And his argument to his coach was, how do I become the starting quarterback if I don't get any reps with the starting team? And his coach told him, you get 1 rep with the starting team per practice. That was the one that wrapped up at the end of practice. He said, you get that 1 rep. You make that the best damn rep that you can. You impress us on that 1 rep. That might earn you a chance to get a 2nd rep. And if you get that 2nd rep, you make that one stand out. And if you get that one, you get a 3rd one and a 4th. And you see where this is going, right? You get your chances. What are you going to do with them? Have that conversation. What do I need to do to get there? Create those actions and that goal of what success looks like, and then execute. If you have a question, reach out to me either on social media or email. Both are going to be listed in the show description below. Let's get it answered for you. Or if you are a Nexstar member, schedule a call with me. Let's talk about this one-on-one. Let's dig into your specific situation. I'm Coach Chris. I'll see you tomorrow.